What's poppin', all stars? Welcome back to my channel. It's DAMNSHEJAMAICAN, your biggest and brightest shining star. So in today's video, I'm gonna talk about 10 signs how to tell a Leo is over you. Alright, so this is for both men and women, and this pertains to if you have your sun, moon, or Venus in the sign of Leo. Okay, jumping straight into it, the first sign how to tell that a Leo is over you is they stop giving you attention. So a Leo, y'all already know Leo is ruled by the sun. They love attention themselves, but they also like to give the person that they like attention. They like to put the spotlight on the person that they love as well. They share the spotlight with the person they love. So the type of energy that they like, they like to receive, they like to give the person that they like as well. So when a Leo likes you, they're going to give you a lot of attention. So if you notice that a Leo has pulled back their attention, they're not hitting you up as much anymore, they're not calling you, they're not trying to hang out with you, they're not flirting with you, they're not giving you no type of attention. It's like they're only communicating with you or interacting with you if it's about business or if it's like they have to. But if they're not going out their way to just, you know, try to see what's up with you or give you any kind of attention, they're over you. The second sign to tell that a Leo is over you is they stop flirting with you. So Leos are very big flirts. When they like somebody, they're going to be very flirtatious with that person. So if they're not flirting with you, texting you, giving you compliments and stuff like that, saying what they want to do when they see you, you know, like stuff like that. If they're not flirting with you, they're over you. Leos are very big flirts, you know, and they're very passionate people. So when they're not flirting with you no more, if you don't get those feelings no more, like, oh my God, like, he's so romantic, she's so sweet. Like, if you're not getting those vibes from a Leo, they're over you. The third sign to tell that a Leo is over you is they stop being intimate with you. So if a Leo is not trying to get it going, and if they're not trying to get it going no more with you, if they're not trying to have sex with you anymore, yeah, that Leo is over you. Because Leos, like I said, they're a very passionate and creative sign, so they love to have sex. Leos love that kind of energy. So when they're not trying to do that, if they're not trying to initiate that with you no more, they're over you. That's one of the biggest telltale signs. Leos is a very sexual sign. So yeah, if they're not trying to do that with you anymore, they're over you. The fourth sign to tell that a Leo is over you is they don't invite you to hang out anymore. So Leo is a fire sign and a very passionate, outgoing, extroverted sign. These people, when they like you, they're going to ask you out on a date, or they're going to want to go out on a date with you. So if they're not doing this anymore, if they don't want to hang out with you and take you out or just go out in public and show you off, Leos love PDA, public display of affection. These are the sign. This is the sign that they don't mind showing you off and kissing in front of other people, holding hands. They don't mind putting their love on display for the person that they like. So if you notice that a Leo isn't giving you that type of energy, like they're not trying to show you off and take you out on dates and stuff like that, if they're not asking you to come out with them and do stuff with them anymore, they're over you. The fifth sign to tell that a Leo is over you is they become very distant. So Leo, I'm gonna reiterate, they're a very passionate sign. They're an action-orientated sign. The sun rules Leo. The sun is about your actions and what people can see from you. So these people, that's why they're the center of attention, because you always see what a Leo got going on. Leo's a very flamboyant and flashy sign. Even if they're not trying to be, the type of energy that they possess just allows for them to be the center of attention. So if you notice that they're being very distant from you and they're not really sharing their energy with you no more, then that just means that they're over you. Because Leos, when they like somebody, they like to be around that person and they like to include that person in what they have going on. So if they're holding back their space from you, they're not sharing that light with you, if they're not being happy and fun and playful with you anymore, and they're just being distant, that's a bad sign. Like, Leos, when they like you, they're not going to be distant at all. Like, you're gonna always feel the warmth of a Leo when it's like the sun. If the sun didn't come out for one day, we would all notice. Like, we would all notice and we would all feel it. It would be cold as, look at the winter time. Days are shorter, nights are longer, and it's colder because the sun doesn't come out as much during the winter. So keep that in mind, you know what I'm saying? That's the energy of a Leo when they're distant. You can feel the warmth isn't there anymore. So if you don't feel that warmth anymore like you used to with the sun, with the Leo, then yeah, that just means they're over you, because Leo is a fixed fire sign. So these people, their warmth stays fixated. Leo is the fire that keeps on burning. So they know how to uphold things. They know how to run a successful business for many years. They are people who are, unlike the Aries fire and the Sagittarius fire, they know how to hold on to relationships for much longer. That's why you find a lot of Leos are married, because these people hold on to their relationships. So if you notice they're being distant with you, they're over you. The sixth sign how to tell that a Leo is over you is they don't try to save the relationship. Okay, take this from someone who has been dating a Leo for over 5 years now. When a Leo, if you break up with a Leo, if y'all break up or go through something, you can give them space, but they'll come back and they'll try to save the relationship. If they're not doing that, it's over. They don't like you anymore, because Leos, like I said, it's a fixed sign. They value long-term relationships. So if they're not trying to work on things or repair the relationship or something like that, if you guys broke up or something, if they're not trying to make it work, no matter how much you try to beg them or try to get back with them, Leos is a very prideful sign. So if you bruise their ego or hurt them, it's going to be very hard to get back with a Leo, because once they're fixated on not liking you, they're just not going to like you. So yeah, if you notice that a Leo is not trying to mend the relationship, they're over you, because guess what? Leos have a very big heart. And with that big heart, they'll take you back time and time after again. So if they've done that, if they've gone through the phases where they broke up with you, got back with you, broke up with you, got back with you, and it's still the same thing over and over, and they just lost trust, and they're, like I said, you've bruised their ego, you've hurt their pride, and they just don't want to deal with that relationship anymore, yeah, it's a wrap. They're over you, and they don't want to salvage it. They'll move on. They know their worth. The thing about Leo is they know what they have to offer, and if you don't see that, and if you don't cherish that from the get-go, it's a wrap. Like, they're not gonna wait for you to figure it out. Like, they already know who they are. Leo is a very confident sign. So if you're with a Leo and you don't value them, you don't value what they bring to the table, who they are, their generosity, their tenacity, if you don't understand the value of a Leo in your life and you use and abuse them, it's going to be very hard to get that person to forgive you and be back with you. Like I said, once they're fixated on not liking you and not trusting you, that's it. They're over you. The seventh sign to tell that a Leo is over you is you guys had a very bad argument. So when you guys had a very bad argument, and that was the argument that just did it, that was the nail in the coffin, like it was the final straw, yeah, they're done. Because Leos, they're a very happy, big-hearted, go lucky sign. Like, they're very light sign. They don't really like to, they're very optimistic. They like to think positive about things, and they're very jovial, and you know, they're like children. They're like, they always have this childlike innocence to them, no matter how old they are. So if you guys had a very nasty argument and they know that it's gonna keep on happening, they're not gonna want to get back with you or try to keep the relationship going, because they don't like to have negative emotions and negative interactions with people. So if you guys had a very nasty, bad argument, yeah, they don't want to keep dealing with that. So they're just gonna say, you know what, this person is just not the person for me. Like, I don't want to deal with it no more. So if y'all had a very nasty argument and it's like one of those that you're like, oh damn, I probably can't come back from this, or from what we said to each other and stuff like that, yeah, they're over you. The 8th sign to tell that a Leo is over you is they start dating someone else. So kind of like a Taurus, a Leo, when they start dating someone else, they become fixated, because it's a fixed sign. They become fixated and very passionate about that person that they're dating. So these people are kind of like serial monogamous people. Like, once they stop being fixated on one person and they're in a monogamous relationship with one, they're gonna go on to being in a monogamous relationship with another person. You know, Leos really value one-to-one relationships. So when they start dating someone, it's gonna be very hard for them to juggle a bunch of different people. They may do that, especially a younger Leo. They may be able to have the capacity to juggle multiple people at once, but for the most part, it's still a fixed energy. So if they start dating someone new, they like that person and they just want to focus and be fixated on that person. And once they settle into a routine with that person that they like, it's gonna be kind of hard to turn their heads from that person, because you know, they say Leos are kind of lazy at the end of the day, even though they're not, to me personally, but I know what they mean, because they get other people to do stuff for them a lot, but that's besides the point. But for the most part, they don't like to spread their energy with a lot of different people, because like I said, they are very prideful people and they know their worth. So when they feel like they found someone that values them and understands them, they're gonna stick with that person. And yeah, so if you notice that they're dating someone new, that's their person now. Like, they're not gonna be trying to sway from that, especially if that person has a lot of similarities to them and they've been with that person for a very long time. Yeah, they're over you. That's a very telltale sign to know that a Leo's over you. They started dating someone new and you know about it. Like, it's not like somebody that's secretive or somebody that you don't know. Like, Leos put the people they like on display. They take the people around their friends. They get to meet their family and stuff like that. So if you notice that a Leo is doing that, they're over you. The 9th sign to tell that a Leo is over you is they don't seem like the person they used to be. Like, you used to know this Leo as somebody who was so loving and caring and stuff like that, but now they're just like, when you see them, it's kind of like they can't stand you, or it's just like they're not so like friendly and nice anymore. You know, it's just the energy is kind of different. Like, you view them as a different person. And what's funny is that person may still be there, it's just they're not showing that side to you anymore. So if you notice that, you kind of be like, damn, I don't really know who that person is anymore, then yeah, that's because they took that big heart, that love that they had, and they're transferring it to other things in their life, other people, places, and things, you know? So if you notice that, a change in a Leo, like, damn, they're not really the same person like who I knew when we first got together. Yeah, they're over you. The 10th sign to tell that a Leo is over you is they introduce their new person to their friends and family. So I touched on this a little bit, but it's true. I'm gonna expound on it. When Leos like somebody, they take that person around, they include that person into their life, their daily life, and what they got going on. and the closest people to them, and they like to show that person off, and that they like to introduce the people that they're closest to with their new person, because they want to show that person off, and they just want to include you in their life, you know. So yeah, if you notice that the Leo person has brought their new person around their friends and family, then yeah, that they're starting to build something with that person. And that's one of the biggest signs to tell, because like I said, Leos is a very prideful sign. So they're not just going to bring anybody around their friends and family. You know, they could be dating someone, smashing them, or whatever the case may be, but they're not going to bring them around their family. All right, so if you notice that, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. All right, so those were the signs to tell that a Leo is over you. If you like this video, go ahead and smash the like button, comment down below, leave extra signs if you feel like there are extra signs. And also feel free to spam me some star emojis if you don't have anything to say but you really like this video. And go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you would like a natal reading or a synastry reading between you and another person, please email me directly. All right? Mwah. Peace. Got it up to beat your brain, so you haven't learned a thing. I'm the one